I say a lot of stuff, Michael. You haven't been paying attention.
Man.
So we rolling?
It says we're live.
All right. Oh, you didn't get the thing yet.
You know I didn't. I was busy. I hate you so
Slacking,
much.
man.
I hate you so
Slacking.
much. What's up, everybody? We're here at News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy.
We appreciate y'all wanting us to be here at the 8th.
But we have, I don't want to say this on camera, but we have other jobs that actually pays, and we want to do this full time.
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all wanting to start at 8. We just had some other stuff that had to come up, so we had to push it to 9. We did post it on Instagram, but we were kind of late with how we did it, so if you didn't realize, we apologize.
Yeah, sometimes other news comes up.
But
this impeachment trial has been
a lot of stuff happening.
That's been a thorn in our side,
Yeah.
really, because it's really been messing up network programming.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you right now, old people care about soaps.
They do.
Man,
They do.
my
mom cares about
the
soaps.
people who watch soaps, that is a very passionate, vocal bunch.
Yeah, for sure. So on this episode of Press Play, we are talking about TV series finales. And Leroy found another topic because we were struggling to come up with something. What was the other topic?
We had some topics that we did in our Nerd News wrap up. Atari is making a hotel. Video games are getting into the charity relief for the Australian wildfires. What was the other? What was a couple of? I mean, they
Don't
were
matter.
like.
What's the one we doing?
But the one that we came up with is the Super Bowl is this weekend, and we just had the Fast and the Furious 9 trailer drop. And I was thinking, like, who still advertises in the Super Bowl?
I mean,
is it worth it?
But you know what? It's probably for the same people, those viewers who are calling to talk about the soaps and whatnot. Yeah. They're probably not going to YouTube and watching those trailers.
And that's true. What I'm wondering is, and because you have the largest audience, but is it still worth it to advertise in the Super Bowl, considering all the other forms of media that is at your disposal?
Yeah.
So that was the thing I wanted to debate, and so we can talk about it. But
we do know that. Where you want to start first?
Let's start with series finales, because 2 dropped this week. Arrow finale and The Good Place. I haven't watched The Good Place. Me and my wife watched that together. Let me tell you guys, don't get married and find a show y'all like together.
I'm glad you finished that sentence. You're like, don't get married. No. Katie, are you watching?
She probably is. She said something inappropriate. This is the thing. I'm glad that me and my wife find a show that we like. The problem is, if it comes on during the week, we can't watch it till the weekend, and she has a horrible attention span. So, like, I got to get her in the right frame of mind to watch it. So we won't watch The Good Place until this weekend.
Okay.
So, but for
I watched The Good Place. I cried. I have no problem in it. I cried. It was good. I loved it.
Okay.
It was everything I wanted it to be.
Okay.
I won't spoil anything for you.
Appreciate it.
It was just really good. I also saw Arrow. I know some people in our chat watched the Arrowverse stuff. The Arrow series finale, it was good, and I really enjoyed it. And I what?
You keep going, because I got a question for you guys for the community and
I was like, man, this is really good. And then I saw The Good Place finale. I was like, oh, this was better.
Oh, okay. So
it was. I was like, this really hit the spot. And I was like, there were some things I wish they had hit on in the Arrowverse finale and the Arrow series finale that they didn't do. But The Good Place hit everything I wanted.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to get to, because this is one of the questions I have for you guys who watch the Arrowverse, who watch the CWverse, and for you. So I have not watched any of these shows, so I haven't been following. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the second to last episode was basically a backdoor pilot for a new Arrow show, correct?
Yes.
And do you feel like the Arrow finale wasn't a true finale or a good finale because they were too busy trying to launch their new show instead of giving your main character his ride into the sunset?
No. The reason I think it was good because, okay, we're going to talk about spoilers for TV shows that have been out for a while. We won't talk about Good Place. Try to keep the spoilers. If you guys watch it, you keep them to a minimum in the chat. But we're going to talk about spoilers for Arrow and all this stuff. Stephen Amell, Oliver Queen, actually died. Was it last year? Whenever the Crisis on Infinite Earths happened, he died like episode 2 or 3. So he'd been dead already. And they were still basically...
I don't know what that means. But
they have a big crossover show. He died a while ago in terms of timeline.
Okay.
So these last 2 episodes of Arrow, he was already dead. So we were essentially just kind of saying goodbye to other characters. So I feel like I got enough of Stephen Amell. I was happy.
Hold on, one real quick.
Uh-huh.
The guys in the chat, I want to give hats off to you guys for being there. Also, to David Cooper, we just saw your post. Our condolences. We're glad that his wife had passed.
No.
So he said that him watching the Good Place finale, same thing that you were.
That's what's
I
up.
didn't want that moment to pass.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of you have watched it. Me and my wife have watched it this weekend. I really love the Good Place, and that's something that I guess I was getting at with the difference between finales is that can be so personal for somebody, and the Good Place hits so hard versus a show like Arrow. So I wanted to, that's one of those things where Good Place really hit that emotional thing for some people, and that's why I say I can get where some people can be upset that finales don't hit that mark.
Yeah, for sure.
And so with you saying that about Arrow, that he died, but it's like, then how do you continue on with the show and then backdoor another? I understand he died, but to me, and I didn't even watch it, so I have no dog in this fight. I'm not coming down. How do you not give the character his due by letting his show end? And then if your show is strong enough, start it someplace else. Let him. You don't need to backdoor another pilot in somebody else's show. Is that disrespectful?
I
asked you and I asked the community.
I think the CW did a good job of giving Stephen Amell his send-off, because when the end of, and guys who do watch Arrowverse, correct me if I'm wrong, when season 7 was starting to wrap up, they had a big announcement about season 8 being the last thing. Like we knew in advance. I felt like they've been very open and honest.
We
about,
we talked about it.
We did. They've been open and honest about season 8 being the last thing. They worked with Stephen Amell, and this is all secondhand or whatever. But from what I gathered, what they decided on was 10 episodes would be what we could do, or was it 8 episodes? It might actually be, I don't know, whatever. They shortened the season, they did everything. They didn't try to expand it, because we always talk about, if a show's done, let it be done.
Yeah.
They didn't try to make this be 24 episodes. They said 10 episodes, they came up with something. So I think they gave him the respect he deserves for helping start the Arrowverse. And the backdoor pilot thing, it didn't upset me because it was stepping on his thing, because the people they introduced, it follows his daughter, Mia Smoke.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're still showing reverence to him by letting him be
having her. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul,
See it?
you should be seeing your demo request for the Bojangles.
No,
Hey.
you said it's $8. I'll send you $8.
Yeah, send it to my.
No, I said I will send you $8.
Yeah, send it to my Venmo. It's Leroy Green. We
Great.
talking sending people money.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, for him to die in those other episodes was fine, but the reason why I didn't like how it was because the last episode was really great, but it was kind of jarring because we had this backdoor pilot where they're in the future. They're like in 2040.
Yeah.
So then the last episode, they're back at 2018, and it's like, wait, how are these people getting to 2040? Maybe they'll explain it when Green Arrow and the Canaries kicks off. But that was kind of weird. Also, they didn't bring up Deathstroke, which I think was arguably the season.
It's funny you mention that, because I don't watch Arrow, but everybody that is their biggest complaint about the finale.
Yeah, like they didn't even, and behind the scenes, it could be a thing of maybe Manu Bennett. That's his name, right? Manu Bennett. Yeah, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. You haven't seen him yet. Maybe they couldn't get the actor in, so maybe they couldn't figure out a way to work him into the schedule. But they didn't even. Well, I take it back. In that last episode, they shot a new scene where somehow Oliver Queen's sacrifice allowed him to keep his mother alive, to keep Quentin Lance alive, to keep Tommy Merlin alive. So all these people were back who had died throughout the course of the show. Another version from a different Earth of them was alive. So that's very cool.
Now let me ask you this. And when it comes, not just superhero shows, how did that finale fit? Were you like, because, hold on, let me preface this. We all know the entire internet came crashing to a halt for Game of Thrones over that finale.
Yeah.
People were pretty okay with the Watchmen finale. They were like, how does this stack up finale-wise for you?
To me, I got closure. I I will say, I think probably season 2 or season 3 was probably the best episode of Arrow, or the best season of Arrow to me. Whichever one where Deathstroke was the main villain, I think that was season 2. And they've kind of been hit or miss past that. So this wrapped everything up. Again, we didn't get Deathstroke, but we got so many people coming back just to see them. They brought back Ragman, which was crazy. I was like, Ragman? I forgot that they had introduced Ragman into the show. And so I saw him, I was like, there he goes, shooting the rags. So that was cool.
Because it's fun. The reason why I asked that is because we're talking about season finales, and we all of us have different shows that we love. I want to scroll back up because it really. John Happy Place Tibbs says, "Yo, real talk, Dexter was garbage," and there's a lot of people who love Dexter until those last couple of seasons when, spoiler alert, I haven't watched all of it, but. Doesn't he kills his sister or sister?
I've never seen Dexter because I didn't like the premise. I was like,
I love the premise. I mean, that's probably because of who I am, but I probably says
y'all heard that.
It probably says more about
That's
me.
now been streamed to the internet. When the case comes up, you got the testimony right there. But okay.
But a lot of people were upset because he never got his just due. A lot of people, the internet basically said, Breaking Bad began and ended and was perfect. To a lot, you, and I don't want to mischaracterize because I pick at you sometimes. You said that the hate that Lost got for its finale was a little lost on you because you didn't watch it the same way other people did.
Yeah. So for me with Lost, while people had watched it for 5 years, whatever, how many seasons it was, I didn't start watching Lost until the last season, so I was able to binge all of it at once. So I didn't have that buildup of years and years of anticipation for what they were going to do. So when the series finale happened, I wasn't happy with it, but I wasn't upset like everybody else was because I didn't put all that time into it. So
one of the things that my favorite reboot is this. This is my all-time favorite reboot. One of my all-time favorite shows. This Battlestar and Fringe when it comes to genre television. But I will say I was disappointed. I wasn't so raw this show. I was disappointed with the ending.
Is that the one where Starbuck just disappears?
Yes.
That's weird.
I was disappointed because it didn't. Some things didn't jive, but I was okay with the ending. I'm wondering, does the internet, social media hype up? In other words, if I could have been online with other people who shared the same mindset, would that have amplified my disappointment with the show? And I'm wondering because we have, so say we all, is the internet, and I hate to say this, but does the internet amplify negativity in a sense where would the Game of Thrones season finale been as bad if we didn't have everybody and their mother yelling about it?
Probably.
Because
I mean, we're definitely in a culture of extremes now,
and that's
right?
why. And I wonder because there's some ending. DS9 to me, DS9. I like DS9's ending. I need to go back and watch it. D. Stiesel brings up a good point. We got Picard, and people are going back binging The Next Generation. A lot of these other shows. I'm wondering, is it because we have this internet? It's making us choose sides where some people are like, that's not what I wanted. Some people are like, that was good.
Yeah, I wish we could find a happy medium where you don't have to be extreme, either hate it or love it. Maybe you just didn't like it a little bit or you liked it a lot. I mean, I feel like fanboys, us, and I'll include myself in that too, just our culture is very much extremist of you gotta love it or you gotta hate it. You can just kind of like something.
Yeah, I think
that's
there's
cool.
a mob mentality to that. I love Battlestar Galactica. I loved. Brian Barrett brings up it had a perfect ending. It kind of, for what that show was at that time, I got to give him credit. He's right. It probably did have the most perfect.
You talking about Battlestar Galactica or The Next Generation?
Next Generation.
Okay.
The D. Stiesel, right above that, where it says Brian Barrett.
Yeah.
Zaylan Marusa's, I think my favorite was was that Battlestar B5? Is that what she means? Battlestar Galactica. Okay. I don't know. I bring this up because you talked about finales and you have watched some genre shows that I don't watch, and I'm wondering. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think two of my most fitting endings, is one of them's anime.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I mean, Cowboy Bebop's ending ends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. I mean, it's 20 years old probably, but that's an ending, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is, for me, I didn't need second gig for Ghost in the Shell. Oh, Babylon 5. Thank you for the clarification, guys. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, to me, is a complete show. Those episodes, it ended, and you didn't need another one. Like at the end of it, where the major and everybody's there. Those are my two, and I wonder, is it because when you make these shows, you make it with an idea of, I'm making the entire show, and it's not because I want to get it greenlit.
Mm-hmm. Whereas
Those shows were made and they were done. It wasn't based on, are they going to get a second season, so could they tell a complete story?
Yeah.
And
to me, I'm trying to think, like, my favorite television shows to end.
because
I think Breaking Bad was good. I really enjoyed Breaking Bad.
you did like the sword fighting show from AMC.
No, that ended weird because I never finished it.
No, I thought you liked the way it ended.
I never finished it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
I can't even Into the Badlands.
Yes, that's the show.
I never finished it.
Oh, my bad. I thought you finished.
I watched season one.
I
Hey,
apologize.
y'all let me know where can I see the last season of Into the Badlands? Is that on Netflix? Maybe?
I thought it was online on their website.
I don't know.
Because remember, AMC, they always had this thing where you could watch their shows
Yeah.
on. And honestly, go check Hulu.
Yeah.
Because so for me, I love Preacher. I enjoy Preacher. The first season of Preacher to me is perfect television.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending was, I was like, oh man, like it didn't. There were some things that happened that I wasn't okay with. So I don't know. I guess I wonder, now that we're having all these streaming shows, can we get better endings? Because you no longer have this idea of it's getting canceled in the middle. Like they're greenlighting shows and being like, all right, you get 2 seasons. Picard, 2 seasons before we even saw an episode.
Yeah.
The Witcher, 2 seasons before it was even done.
Yeah.
Watchmen, they said, and I'm wondering, is it the streaming services are going to force network television to make better television to compete?
I think that's definitely an option. I mean, we saw that with, we talked about it in the last press play in terms of Oscar nominations and considerations and how we thought the Oscars was outdated. But one thing that the Oscars at least kind of got right is at least recognizing digital platforms. Netflix got a lot of nominations for Oscar stuff, which normally wouldn't happen. So, I mean, we think about the past with, what was the movie that Idris Elba did on Netflix?
Not Beast of Burden, but
Whatever that movie was.
I know what you're talking about.
When that movie came out, it kind of...
that was the first one.
Yeah, that kind of started that movement of digital streaming services getting more recognition with awards and stuff.
But remember, that was one of their first movies that they created, that they released in the movie theater.
So it could be
So they were like,
considered,
yeah, they were. They wanted it to be. They wanted that prestige of having a Netflix movie in the. Where's Beast of No Nation?
Okay. And while we're thinking about it, we'll see it eventually 20 seconds down the line, but I'll put this out now. You guys tell us what was some of your worst TV series finales.
Now, right now, they're talking about, every season of Fargo from David Cooper. Beast of No Nations, thank you, Brian. We just saw it.
Yeah.
Defying Gravity was canceled in the middle of its first and only season. Zaylan Marusa's finales are hard to do, I think. Someone's going to be pissed no matter what you do, and rightfully so. Stargate Continuum tied everything off for you nicely. IMAX, I really like that show. I was not a real big fan of the Stargate universe. I tried to get into it. Continuum got me into it. And I really was sad that it got canceled. But I will agree, they really did tie up that show with that ending. And I always want them to go back because I thought it was a great cast of characters.
Brian Barrett says Watchmen ending sucked.
Really?
All right.
But that's a different take. D. Steele says Voyager and the Next Generation. IMAX says Stargate Atlantis' finale was rushed. Who knew MGM was about to go bankrupt? Damien Strada says Empire should have ended a long time ago.
Was Damien also the one clowning Google Stadia?
Yes.
Damien got all the jokes.
Damien's still in timeout for saying, but Google Stadia you get a 56K modem.
That was rough.
Or was that Zayla? But it was.
I don't remember. Yeah,
the two of them were coming for Stadia.
But on the Empire tip, I have been a faithful watcher of Empire.
Ooh, has he?
I champion that every week it's on. And I'm the only one in the newsroom.
Yep.
Because there were other people watching, they have fallen off, and I continue to watch it. Now, I will agree, it needs to end, and I'm glad this is the final season. But, yeah, I enjoy Empire.
I'm wondering, though, because it's something Zayla Maru just brought up. Damien Estrada brought up Orange is the New Black was good until they ended it.
I fell off on Orange is the New Black. I'm like
I did
maybe
too.
season
Me and my wife did
4, but they had like, what, 6 seasons or something?
I think 7.
Okay, yeah, I kind of fell off.
Zayla Maru brings up a good point. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't when it comes to season finales sometimes with this, especially with the outrage culture we have. So I'm wondering, is it better, and I'm not advocating for this, is it better for you at times to have your show canceled than for you to, because
You know what?
because
It's you because you always have that thing of the what if.
watch this.
What's the show with
Firefly.
the coats? Yeah, Firefly. People love Firefly.
Would it have
Who
ended?
knows?
How it would have ended?
Yeah, who knows if it would have been good if it got a proper ending? I don't know.
I
enjoy what I watch of Firefly.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder, and technically you did get an ending because you got Serenity.
Yeah, kind of.
So I mean, you ain't getting another show. I'm just letting y'all know that now. I mean, as much as we clamor for things, I don't think Firefly's ever coming back.
Unless we find out that Jeff Bezos is a fan somehow and he decides to buy that
Well,
like he did
this is the
X's
funny
fans.
thing. I'm wondering where the rights are, considering Disney bought Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like who owns it now? Does Disney say we have this property? I honestly don't know. But that's one of the things. And again, I shout out to Zayla Maru. It's hard to do genre television because somebody's gonna be upset. Some people are gonna be like, "This is awesome," and then some people are like, "This sucks."
Yeah.
And there are very few people who are in that middle ground, and I think those of us, we need to take back the middle, where we need to be like, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I love the Clone Wars. It's gonna be.
I gotta watch that.
It's gonna be interesting how that series ends, because you know there's gonna be an ending.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have, it continues in Rebels, you have Resistance, you have the prequels. So how are people going to take this? Because people have been waiting years for that series to be wrapped up.
Yeah.
And when you have all this built up expectation for a show, it's hard to land that. It's hard to make that landing. Brian Barrett, Miles, I will say this. We're going to actually start reviewing Picard. I watched the first episode. My first impressions are I'm on board. I got a little touched seeing Patrick Stewart again in that role as Jean-Luc. We don't want to spoil it. Michael hadn't seen that first episode. We're going to try to review it and have that video up on Monday, if possible.
We got a lot of videos to cut Monday.
Yeah, we're doing The Outsider. We're doing Picard. I was a fan. So I will say this. I am a Star Trek fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those idiots who are like, Star Trek, Star Wars. It's like the little girl in Soft Taco and Hard Taco. Why not both?
Mm-hmm.
I loved The Next Generation. But my favorite show was Deep Space Nine.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly did not...
Like what? That was last week, man. That was last week. Why are we still doing this?
I feel like Google did something to Damien Estrada.
Yeah, right? Why are we still coming after Stadia? What's going on? What are we doing? I can't say you're wrong, but that was in the past. Why are we bringing up old stuff? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But I will say this. I did not know who the Kardashians were. I thought that because the Cardassians are aliens in Star Trek.
Right.
So when I kept hearing the Kardashians, I was like, why do they keep saying Star Trek stuff in real life? I love Deep Space Nine. I'm really excited about Picard. I like Discovery. So I can't wait for you to see it because I want.
I watched the first 5 minutes.
Okay. So
here.
I'm interested, but
I was like, oh, I like this.
But this is my X-Files. I did not get an X-Files, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not a fan of the new rebooted show.
Yeah, people thought it was. Well,
That's what
Fox
I'm
was
saying.
hoping it was going to take off. It did not.
There were some good episodes in it, but
Yeah.
I did not like the way they went. So we'll see because this year, what else is there's going to be? Isn't there some more season finales this year?
Another show that I watch on the CW, Supernatural, ends after 15 or 14
that's
seasons.
the big one. That's the real big one.
I may be emotional for that of Supernatural. I don't know. This season right now is kind of weird. They're kind of in a holding pattern of them fighting God, like capital G God. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence with some of these season finales because I haven't been watching a lot of new stuff, and I need to, but we'll see.
Damien, we did bring it up, but you ain't got to open up old wounds. So there we go. We did bring it up.
Told you not to spend that money.
Spend money how I want to spend my money.
Hey man, that's the one good thing about having a wife. Sometimes she'd be like, "Hey, come over here. Bring your dumb ass.
Let me save you from yourself.
Come over here and bring your dumb ass to sit down."
So that's series finales.
Yeah.
Let's get into the second topic.
So the Super Bowl is Sunday.
The big game, sir.
The Super Bowl is Sunday.
I am not affiliated with him at this time, so if y'all want to sue somebody, just sue Leroy Green. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. I almost bought a TV. I did not.
Real quick, IMAX. Trust me, it's worth it. It really is.
Fringe is very good.
Fringe is very good.
Yeah.
They went a little weird that final season. I was like,
Yeah, it is. It's a very meta show in terms of knowing its audience and really playing with the series continuity of what's going on. You're like, oh, this was from this.
Yep.
And we're like, dang,
But
y'all
let,
really
but
thought
let,
this stuff
but let
out.
me tell you, Leonard Nimoy, amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying all I'm gonna say is watch it. It's a good. It really plays with the ideas. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I believe it was at one point. I don't know if it still is, but it was on IMDb, so you could watch it there for free with commercials.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it still is, but it was.
Oh, I might go watch the series finale.
Yeah.
No. So the big game is this Sunday. Today, and this is the reason why I bring this up. You told me that Dom, aka Vin Diesel, aka number 2 hype man for movies, said in the Video Game Awards he was going to drop a trailer for Fast and
I mean, you were here when it happened.
No, I wasn't. I was upstairs working. You and Shauna were down here.
You were here for that part?
Yeah, remember that's because y'all.
When did you come back?
I came back afterwards because I was like, remember they dropped the trailer,
Okay.
and then y'all were mad because Green Day did 2 songs,
Yeah.
and like brought the whole thing down.
Yeah.
He dropped the trailer today. I would be interested to see how many views it already has, but is it worth advertising in the Super Bowl anymore if you're a video game company or a movie company?
Help us out in the comments too. We were trying to figure out were there any, and I'm sure there are. We just had a brain fart. Any video game companies that have advertised during Super Bowl Sunday? We couldn't think of them. There might be. We just couldn't think of what they were.
I swear, like you get like an Xbox commercial for something like one of those 30.
Oh, maybe like
that's what
their
I was thinking.
family
Yeah.
things. Maybe.
So
Okay.
I didn't know, but but is it worth it?
Yeah, I think it's still worth it because advertising works, whether we realize it or not. That's why people continue to put tons of money into it. I couldn't find it on like Universal Pictures. I had to go to like Universal UK.
No, it's funny because check this out. So right now, without spending any money, you've got Universal Pictures New Zealand.
Oh, not that one. This is the one you want.
No,
UK.
I'm saying all of them. Because think about it. This is all average. Like, think about this is how many times this video has been seen.
Okay.
So, 2,500 views. That's 5 hours ago. On movie clips trailers, 2.9 million. But that's just a teaser. So today, 5 hours ago, this thing dropped 250,000 views. So you've got. Oh, here's another one down here. Which one is that one? There it is. Rapid trailer. 36,000 views. Is it worth it? Because you can just upload your trailer on YouTube for free, really.
Yeah.
You can put it on Twitter, Facebook.
I'm curious, what does it cost to advertise in the Super Bowl now? I know spots used to be like millions of dollars. I don't know what like it costs to run a 30-second spot now or a minute spot.
Cost for big game spot. That's what I'm typing in. I will say this. The reason why I brought it up. So right now, the average cost according. Let's do that. So this is last year's Super Bowl. February 3rd, 2019, prices for 30-second Super Bowl commercials was $5.1 million to $5.3 million for a 30-second spot. That trailer is 3 minutes.
55 seconds. Yeah.
You got an extra $25 million.
If your movie brings in $1 billion, though, $25 million isn't much. It's something, but if you bring in $1 billion, you're okay to spend $25 million.
How much does it cost to advertise versus? And this is my question. Super Bowl is big, and I'm not knocking it. If for your American market, I'd rather spend my money on the World Cup. I'd rather spend my money on whatever.
But the World Cup is 4 years,
It's 4
right?
years, but I would rather spend my money in the Champions League, in like the Premier League, something like that. Because if you're going after the international market, I don't like. Who's not going to? I don't want to say who's not going to go see a Fast and Furious movie, but
We had somebody. We'll put our reaction
Yeah.
video up for Fast and Furious. We had somebody who hadn't seen any of the movies watching
yes,
the thing.
I knew it. So it was the Xbox,
Okay.
the little kid. Remember, everybody was running the kid's
Oh, the
house.
adaptive controller
Yes,
thing?
thank you.
Okay, got it.
I want to get Skylar Johnson. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, I don't know. Now, and I don't know if you guys remember this. In 2018, remember the big back and forth between the Cloverfield paradox. And remember that movie was supposed to come out in movie theaters. And then there was that backdoor deal where Netflix got the rights to it, partially because it was trash. But for as a marketing thing, and we just had our little brand summit, you know, like how you associate. Netflix had a giant coup. And to me, that was the beginning of Netflix, like, I'm one of the big boys. The movie was trash. But they played that ad saying, we have this movie, watch it after the Super Bowl. And guess what? My dumbass did that. Because remember, that was when The Last of Us, or no, This Is Us. That's when NBC had the Super Bowl. And they had this whole big watch This Is Us after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't watch This Is Us, but I turn on the Cloverfield paradox.
Now, you might not, but plenty of people do watch that, whatever that post-game show is after whatever.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they do that stuff. Whenever you go to whatever network it is, whatever show they're trying to hype. I remember, I feel like The Simpsons one time was on a Fox thing. They did one after the.
Yeah, I never watch them.
They do well.
See, and that's probably because I'm usually, if I'm not with my wife, I'm at a party, and I don't care. Like once the game is over, we're like trash talking, and you know, it's like the party still goes. Like we're not watching TV.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just me, but
Joe Greer asked, "Were we going to review October Fraction?" I've seen all of October Fraction.
I hadn't even started.
He hadn't even started it,
So-
so I don't know if we're going to review it or not.
Yeah.
Like short summary, it's all right
Okay,
for
I
me.
will.
But if he watches it, yeah, we'll do a full review on it.
But Skylar Johnson says last Super Bowl there really wasn't. It's worth it because it gets the casual fan. Now that's what Brian Bear is the same thing you were saying, that it is worth it to get the people who aren't plugged into this, to get your like our morning show, our morning show anchor Andrea, who's going to watch the Super Bowl. For those people who do watch it for the ads, you're going to get those people. I just don't know if it's worth it for $5 million, a 30-second ad.
I mean, but those people are playing with so large sums of money, I can't even comprehend. I don't know. I would need a spreadsheet to be like, what is this, that type of stuff.
And I will say, Skylar Johnson brings up a good point that the Xbox commercial. I remember that because it played again in the video, not the E3, because it was part of the gaming, the Facebook gaming community or whatever that the different things. And I remember that ad, and I'm not gonna lie, that was a touching ad to see all those little kids come for their friend who was disabled, to see him break this whatever record. It showed that video games can be inclusive. It showed that they're for everybody, and it just really was a good moment that it really put gamers in a positive light when we get so much hate at times. So for that, I have to give you guys credit. You're right, because that moment stuck with me, and I still remember that commercial.
Yeah. So I mean, if a commercial done well, you can remember it.
Yes.
Because younger people now won't remember the Budweiser frogs, but they were huge when that happened. Budweiser frogs, all those, but the Clydesdales that they had for people, older people remember those commercials. And they
Hell, I remember
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's definitely a big brand thing. It's a way to get your name out there.
Ooh, Brian Barrett brings up Halo had a Super Bowl ad.
Okay, yeah.
Skylar Johnson says they're probably going to do a Black Widow TV spot during the Super Bowl.
I would believe that.
Who has a Super Bowl this year? Is it Fox?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Not if ABC had it, maybe. I don't know if they're going to do it because they've already done it during the national championship game for football.
Yeah.
So, and it would be free for them to advertise. So don't hold me to that. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know with this whole new streaming wars.
Skylar brought up a point that 3-minute trailer for basically 4-minute trailer for Fast and Furious is so long. I wonder if there's an edited down minute version or something, minute and a half version that just lets you play that.
Remember, we got a long as hell version for Hobbs and Shaw last year in the Super Bowl too. Because that wasn't. I don't want to, because I remember us getting a long, not the ruining one, but I remember us getting a nice chunk of Hobbs and Shaw in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Joe Greer, you're right. She was very easy on the eyes, and I love her as an actress.
Did you see Fast Color yet?
No, dude. There's so much.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was a good movie. She was really good in that.
So they're doing a series for that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Larry Bird.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
Spike Lee.
But see, this is the thing. We're bringing up commercials from our past. What's the last commercial besides that Xbox one that you guys remember?
I don't
recently?
know. I don't know.
Like I remember, the last one I kind of remember. Budweiser always does a good one. The one they did for water last year was really good. Doritos usually does.
You remember? I remember the Doritos one where a kid is playing in a box. And then some old guy comes along and he's like, "You got so old." I remember that one. I was like, that was funny. Yeah.
And the Doritos with the little girl was with her dad, and they were and she went to tea party.
Yeah.
And then his friends came, these big burly guys, and they were all dressed
up in tea. Yeah.
So I remember those. Dustin Wynn brings up an Eternals trailer is going to be at the Super Bowl. Now that would be a coup.
That would be wild.
That would be wild.
I like that. I like that bold prediction.
If they do that, that would be
the thing now though is, and I don't know who smarter minds have definitely figured this out. But you remember like before when it used to be an event because you wouldn't know what the Super Bowl commercials are going to be.
Yeah.
But like I'd probably say like the past 5-6 years, you kind of know all the commercials because they're already out. Why?
Because they released them like a couple of days beforehand.
Yeah, I wonder why they do that.
Right, because you got to pay $5 million for 30 seconds.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're still paying when you show them in the Super Bowl.
See, this is the thing. I think that's part of the deal. Mm-hmm. I think now, and I wish we had a professor to talk about this because now colleges do actually watch the Super Bowl commercials and
USC has
They probably make a deal where advertisers are saying, we're not paying you $5 million for 30 seconds for anymore. If I get this and it plays in the Super Bowl, this thing better run X amount of times. Now, we don't work in sales, we work in the news division, so we don't know how it works. It would be cool if we got somebody from sales to actually explain this to us.
Yeah. Was the The Van Damme commercial where he did the split on the trucks. Was that a Super Bowl commercial or was that something else? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I can't remember if that was a Super
Because that
Bowl
was Chuck
commercial.
Norris too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. That's what I'm thinking is happening. Where they're like, now David Cooper. We don't know if we're going to. Now they would be interesting if we got one of these Marvel shows a trailer because Disney moved up WandaVision and Winter Soldier and Falcon because when you go look at Disney Plus and it's totally fine. I'm still a fan. I still watch some stuff on it. Past the new stuff,
I ain't watching a lot on it.
it's sparse.
Yeah.
And Disney, I told y'all, buy physical media. Disney has started pulling stuff off with Disney Plus.
Yeah, because of licenses agreements and stuff.
Yeah, but remember they said they weren't going to have that problem.
Well, they said that they weren't going to pull like their stuff. I think a lot of the like Fox stuff has been pulled.
But this is my point. They bought Fox to beef up Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And now you're losing stuff off of it. And don't be surprised if there's something that they will go and edit something to change it from its original. So yeah, I could see that happening. Get to some of these comments. You brought up the Disney stuff. Joe Greer, I have watched the PETA commercial. It is not debuting on Saturday, on Sunday, because the NFL turned that thing down. And there's a great quote that, have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
So basically PETA made a commercial and the animals are taking a knee, like Kaepernick. And somebody said, ain't no way in hell the NFL is putting this commercial up because it has lions, tigers, bears, and eagles taking a knee. And somebody said the NFL spent billions of dollars making sure the Eagles, Lions didn't take a knee. Talk about the players.
Yeah.
And he has a clip of all the different animals taking a knee in the and I was like, this is classic.
Yeah.
So that's not going to air in the Super Bowl. It's airing now. GoDaddy, yes. Eternals possibly. I don't know what's going to happen in the Super Bowl commercial wise, and is it in? I could be wrong. This could be the year they're like, boom, punch you in the face with Disney stuff. Boom, punch you in the face with Dune. Now they play a Dune commercial. I take everything back.
I mean, yeah, I could see definitely Marvel doing some type of stuff besides Black Widow.
Yeah.
I'm worried though if they would do Eternals because they want to put so much focus on Black Widow.
But like you said in our shameless plug, 2020 movies, Black Widow's fine.
Yeah.
It's not. Black Widow's not going to make $1 billion, but you make 500 million, 700 million, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Eternals to me is their Guardians of the Galaxy. That whatever is in that movie is going to push whatever this next phase is.
Yeah.
So you might need that push for whatever. I mean, and it would make a splash.
Mm-hmm.
Great point, Skylar.
Somebody said Morbius. Ooh. I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they want to. I don't know
What?
if they want to do a Morbius trailer.
Well, we already got a Morbius trailer.
Right,
so-
but I don't know if they want to play that at.
Now
Super Bowl.
that would have been cool if Sony would have done it, but I've said all I can say about Morbius. I'm not really all that hype about it. But what would be interesting is we still have many more movies that are coming out. So you got Wonder Woman coming out. So you got Ghostbusters. That could be a big trailer. Venom 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different other movies and properties that could drop. Excuse me. Aquaman made a bill. Widow could. I'm not saying it can't. But Disney doesn't need Widow to make that money. Perfect example, Ant-Man movies. Disney didn't need it to make those movies. They're fine the way they are. So I'm not gonna say that they need that. What's Tall thought about?
What's y'all probably?
Getting pulled after the Kobe incident.
I haven't even seen the thing was the Peanut gave us life for the two people.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't actually seen it. I guess it's a classy move on Peanut's part, and I need to see it before I can really comment because in my mind, was there a helicopter or something involved in it?
See, this is the thing.
'Cause I don't know how is it connected to the Kobe Bryant thing. That's why I don't know why they pulled it.
There was talk about it in the newsroom, but I had to go punch a show, so I didn't hear all of it. So you're right.
Yeah.
I need to see more, but this is the thing. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, it would be quick. It would be interesting if there was a Kobe tribute in the Super Bowl.
I could see that.
And so,
doing
like
something
a
for sure.
commercial, maybe the NBA says, hey, give us a spot. We do a 30-second commercial praising Kobe and the other people who perished in that helicopter.
Yeah.
It is a very touchy time with how you do these memorials. And are you sure? Because some people are like, Kobe Bryant was one man. And other people died in this. Other people lost family members. So we don't want to. So it would be interesting if the NBA actually said, hey, these are the people, and then like showed the faces.
Yeah.
It would be it would be a nice fitting tribute. Not necessarily to put a bow on this, but to say, hey, we understand, even though we're having a good time, there are people who are hurting. I would expect to see something about the Australian wildfires. Maybe somebody saying, hey, here's how you donate, Red Cross or something like that. I definitely could see that. I could definitely see Budweiser doing something about another commercial like they did last year, what they did with the water, where that guy got up in the middle of the night and he stopped the entire production to make water for hurricane victims or whatever. So there's certain commercials you are going to see for those companies. I'm just wondering, for us in our genres, is it worth? And I was on the side that said no, it's not worth it. But talking to you guys and talking to you, I'm kind of on the fence now. There's a possibility.
The only thing I want out of the Super Bowl is that it's a good game. I still don't know how I'm watching the Super Bowl. I ain't got cable no more.
We've got our house.
Ooh, snap, party at Leroy's. Katie, you heard him. I'll bring some chips. I'll get you some gluten-free chips and some nuggets. Not a problem. Dunzo. Dunzo indeed.
I'm excited about the Super Bowl because I'm excited to see. I'm trying to remember what the woman's name is for the 49ers. Her story is amazing. The female coach who, if I'm reading correctly, well, one of the reports was her own college or somebody in her college organization before did not want her to coach because she was gay. And to have a woman, an out LGBT community member coaching in the Super Bowl, that's big.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. That's cool. I would really like to see some interviews with her. We have local connections. We're covering we're based in Columbia, South Carolina. So there are players from USC, University of South Carolina, and Clemson playing in the game.
SC State. I think.
SC State
I
as
think
well.
from
One
SC
of the
State,
rookies,
yeah.
I'm personally rooting for the Chiefs. I have a dog in the fight. I'm a Panthers fan. We suck, so I hope the Chiefs pull it out because it would be cool to see Andy Reid actually get one.
So close so many times.
So close. Man.
David Cooper brought up Jennifer Lopez and Shakira said they were going to do something for Kobe in the
That's
halftime
nice.
show, so that's cool.
Yeah, Miles Cage. What's up, Miles? NFL is doing something for Kobe. Dustin Wynn says, what about a Green Lantern teaser? I don't know. See, this is the thing, and this is what I bring up. Comic-Con is not right around the corner, but if you don't have something that's finished and polished, you're not going to blow $25 million or $5 million on a trailer when you can show it at Hall H.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's for free, but it ain't going to be 25.
Yeah, you ain't paying.
You ain't paying that money.
Right.
So it would be interesting to see if we get maybe some clips of some of these HBO Max shows. We're probably going to get some of these FX shows because you've got Fox, you've got... so you're probably going to get maybe some of those streaming shows. It's going to be interesting to see what you get. We have a bunch of movies. I would be cool to see my movie Without Remorse because we have a teaser from last year. We haven't seen a trailer. Michael B. Jordan is a big star. There's quite a few action movies that are coming out we hadn't seen anything from. The Hitman's Wife with Samuel Jackson, Salma Hayek, and Hayek and Ryan Reynolds. So there's a lot of movies that could actually drop a trailer in the Super Bowl to get people hyped.
Yeah.
But if you remember, Transformers religiously used to advertise in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Paramount was big for that, for sure.
Probably when they got no money.
Oh, the Angel finale. I didn't watch Angel. I watched a little bit of Buffy, and I
watched
fell off
Buffy.
for some reason.
I never watched Angel.
I heard Angel was good.
A lot of people did
Yeah,
like it.
I just didn't watch it, so I don't think anybody's mentioned Angel, but yeah.
Boundless Book. I love that name. So you guys who watch Angel, what did you? So were you?
Hey man, don't start a new conversation. You about to wrap this up.
No, I'm just saying like. What about Invincible? I heard there's supposed to be a show. There is an Invincible show from Amazon. It would be in. That's another big player we hadn't heard from. Amazon has Boys 2 coming out. They got a couple of shows. We could hear something from Amazon or Apple TV. For you
When
guys,
does Handmaid's Tale usually come out?
who?
Handmaid's Tale.
I'm not sure.
Because I wondered. I feel like that's one of their big
Could we-
shows that they may do a Super Bowl.
So yeah,
spot.
I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna ask this question on the chat, not on our community page. I'm gonna throw it to you guys. What is in your opinion, the best season finale or series finale for a show? I'm not gonna put normally I do a poll, but I'm gonna throw it out there because there's so many shows. I'm gonna put out for you to figure out because there are shows I want to watch, but I don't want to watch if they canceled in the middle. Or the series finale makes the whole show not worth it.
Yeah.
So that's why I bring up Angel, because I didn't get an Angel. I got it in Buffy, didn't get an Angel.
Yeah. So about these people. Thank you, people. I got to go finish these shows.
Yeah, we gotta finish the 11.
Because Leroy said I don't do work.
He really don't some days, man. He be missing stories. Don't be putting stuff in. I'm like, hey man, I found this on the internet. What happened to this? Hey man, I was busy. He over there watching Picard. So. Let's go through the list. Boundless Book Owl. What's up? Dustin Wynn, Damon Estrada, Joe Greer, D. Steezel, Miles Cage Jr., IMAX, Zaylon Maru. I don't think I saw Skylar Johnson. I didn't see Sanchez Productions or whatever. I'm trying to remember what. Let's see who else is in here. Broughton Barrett, Joe Greer III. Who else?
Peijan J, you say him?
Who?
Peijan J?
Peijan J?
Yeah.
Did not see that one. Where's that?
He's the one that talked about Invincible.
Okay, I missed that one. I apologize. I'm scrolling up, still scrolling up. Don't want to miss anybody. Going up to the top. Because there's a couple people in here whose names I remember that said something, but I don't want to mess them up. John Happy Place Tibbs, David Cooper. Hey, David, on the real, condolences from us and for the community. Hey, we're sending love and prayers out for you. Beck Warren, what's up? My wife didn't have anything smart to say this time. Thank you.
Was she in the comments?
Yeah, she was in there. She did the clapping hands thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there was a praying hands. I don't know what that was.
Okay.
So we want to say thank you. We were a little late getting on tonight. We got some news that's been breaking, so we want to say thank you. We're going to try to have, Picard and The Outsider Monday?
Sure.
So, all right.
Our Fast and Furious 9 reaction will be up sometime tonight.
Yeah, that Fast 9 will be up tonight. So we want to say thank you. And guys, enjoy the weekend. Big ups. Go Chiefs.